And I feel my mood. My mood is going like that. You see my fucking hands disappearing? Part of why my mood is disintegrating. I don't have hands anymore. I get it. It looks like the thing is cutting. Now that doesn't make any sense. This makes sense. Because the edges are here. So what I said was, we need to get back to doing what Desy does best. Okay? If Desy is going to be running for mayor, okay? And this is an ongoing fucking campaign. This is like, it will be like the rent is too damn high guy, except we're gonna keep fucking going. Like, and we're gonna build. And I don't care if it's building it the 10% of a percent of 10.10% of a year. I can't even fucking speak. If I don't even care if it's like a 0.10% fucking growth every fucking 4 years. So we can be 2040. If Desy's alive by then, knock on wood. If he hasn't fucking just ran into his garage and just said, you know what? Like, I'm just so fucking bored and disappointed at just everything and everybody. And you know what? You know what I don't want to do today? I don't want to go and pay fucking $3 for iced coffee. Maybe I just don't want to do that. Maybe all the years of me saying, oh, help the small guy with the iced coffee. It's like, you know what? You're charging fucking $3 for an iced coffee. And look, I get it. I fucking get it. And I still get it. And that's why I support it. I'm just saying, one day I'm going to wake up and I'll be like, you know what? Fuck that too. Fuck the coffee guy. Fuck the muffin guy. Fuck the muffin man. Fuck the cupcake guy. Fuck the cake guy. Fuck the pie guy. Fuck the pie gal. Fuck the cake gal. Anything that resembles, like, I had somebody tell me that cake counts as bread. We had this whole fucking debate, and I'm just like, no, bread is bread. Okay, you never eat fucking cake and then say, I just had bread. And like, oh, but it's a bready item. It's like, no, it's not. Have you ever seen, I don't know if they still do this. Remember back in the day, they had the food pyramids on the actual food? Did you ever see a food pyramid that when it said like grains and stuff had the piece of cake? No. The cake was on the top. The cake was in the fat and bullshit thing. It's like, yeah, don't eat this too much, okay? It wasn't in the fruits. It's not a fucking fruit either. Oh, but it's sweet. And it has Freddy Post. And you can have fruit cake. So yeah, so let's put it with the fruits. Since there's no rules anymore, right? There's no fucking rules to everything. Sure, you know what? A fruit is a cake. Cake is a fruit. Fruit is a cake. Both of those things are fucking true. We're gonna do a Desy food pyramid. See, this is the kind of shit I'm talking about. This is the format I want to get back into because this is healthiest for me. Sitting and shitting on the internet, it's like everybody does that already. It's just like, man, and then you're just talking to people who never even fucking spent time to even consider half the shit that's flying out their mouth. Sound familiar? But, at least we recognize that up front, and at least I'm giving you some extra fucking behind-the-scenes content about the whole thing. I'm not just fucking digital floating characters in space. But I want to move away from all that shit. If we're going to run, and we're running for mayor, but we're also running for oligarch, right? Did we talk about this? We're running for, like, I just want to be a guy. I either want to be, like, one of the greatest people, because you might as fucking well, because you're alive once. Right? So why am I, like, everybody comes around and like, oh, I just got this manager promotion. It's like, you're fucking excited about that? Like, anybody who has more than, like, that much enthusiasm about any kind of promotion like that, like, these are the fucking people. But these are the people who this is how the whole thing goes. I really think I'm by myself over here. Sometimes it feels like, sometimes I say this shit like this, and then people go like, "You said what I was thinking, right?" And it was like, "Yeah, we did like a whole thing," and then it's like, yeah, but you are who I'm talking about because I heard you go like, "Eh, Nabisco's hiring, and they're paying." And look, the only tone you should have for anything like that, okay, anything like that, the only tone is, yeah, Nabisco's like it's that, it's like the way. Yeah, Nabisco's hiring. They got some bullshit and whatever, and they're gonna pay me fucking what, $45,000-$50,000 a year. Yeah, it's enough to cover my rent. Like that's the tone. I have nothing but respect for anybody who talks about these things like that with that kind of tone. You have because that's to me that's the max. And that's how you should do it because you shouldn't be the Nabisco's and put their choice. It's like you can't even get me. So then don't go there. Don't do it. Don't do it. But if I think that it's like yeah. What do? They sell fucking cakes, which apparently is bread. Oh, so we'll go to this Nabisco guy. He's an imaginary guy, unfortunately. Like this is I'm making somebody up. We should if this was a real Nabisco person, we'd go to the Nabisco people and we'd say, look, I grew up with one food pyramid. Okay, and they said this and that and this and that and this and that, and then they fucking changed it. Did they change it? Did they get rid of this? Okay, here's where we're gonna transition. Nice transition. We're gonna look up the food pyramid because it used to be. There's 2020 and 2021. So are they changing it on a fucking yearly basis now? Healthy eating pyramid. This is the one I grew up with. I grew up with this. Okay, can you guys see this or am I okay? There we go. You guys, I'm acting like there's fucking people here. Like I'm not just fucking masturbating essentially. It's also raining out if you hadn't noticed by now. Okay, so this is the one I grew up with. See, the cakes will go. Can you see my pointer or no? This is gonna be annoying. I don't know how. I don't have the fucking technology yet to do the circles or whatever the fuck. Okay. Look at this. This is a stupid fucking. Okay, it says the healthy eating pyramid, right? Let's no. Let's get this thing up on one thing. Go back. Okay, it says the healthy eating pyramid, right? This way, this hand. I can't see my hands. Not even worth it. Look, it says healthy eating pyramid. What I always have on the bottom. It has fucking weights, sneakers, and a baseball. I don't know about you. I'm not. I do you like. I'm not just trying to pretend that I'm fucking dumber. I understand they're not saying it, but you're saying it's a healthy eating pyramid. Okay, this is not the health pyramid. You're implying that everything underneath the pyramid is edible. Now, unless those are fucking edible shoes, edible weights, edible fucking ping pong, and then maybe that's the idea then too. We're getting the ideas going now too. Edible ping pong. Also, because the truth is, the rackets, they always look appetizing. Like, I don't have, what's that thing called, pica or some shit, like some like pregnant women have sometimes, like where you just want to eat like a stapler or shit. I don't have that, but like, to be honest, okay, so like, what if we all fucking starved? You know, what if like, just all, remember the whole shit of like the ship that got caught fucking sideways and then like nobody had food, like the supermarkets, right? What if like every ship just did that and there was like no food going around, and then you know you'd have to go like fucking locally by like trucks and shit, but then like it was like global warming and then like all the food caught fire, right? So there's just no fucking food left and you have to start it's like between fucking cannibalism, which would probably start very soon, and then or like you have to eat things, eat non-edible items. But ping pong thing would be one of the first things I go for. I've never seen like, okay, I have like an old ping pong, a brand new ping pong racket. Find me one that isn't colorful and appeasing, and you're like, if this like fruit, you know what it is? It's fruit roll up esque. So you go to the fucking fruit roll up people, which might be, is that Nabisco? Because then this is all tying together. Because what is moving the pyramids? Why are the pyramids changing? See, look, this is the new pyramid. See, so it is a pyramid, but then they fucked with the shelves. Now it's just all like it's like lines going up, you know, and then they move the fruit and shit to the bottom. I wonder who was behind that. I wonder if it was like, you know, fucking you know, like Ocean Spray and them got together, and the corn people, because I'm sure the corn's on the bottom, right? Or is the corn in the fucking thing? The corn people in America. You know, don't underestimate the corn people. And it's not the small corn guy, obviously. It's never the fucking small corn guy. You know, it's never like Joey Independent farmer who's growing corn. I'm talking about like the giant corn people. Okay, the big fucking corn guy. And they have fucking sway like it's not even fucking funny. So, and they like run the state of Iowa. Supposedly. Allegedly, supposedly. Throw whatever word in there to make sure that I don't get fucking sued because, you know, But again, nobody's watching, so it doesn't even matter. There's like, you know, like at a certain point, because of how corrupt the whole shit is, you're gonna see a separate thing for like corn, or like, you know, I'm sure like the milk people were kind of like even this shit, right? Like fat spreads and oil. Like, look, this shit is below the sugary drinks, right? Food and drinks. So somebody must have said like, oh, okay, the milk people maybe said like, yeah, you know, don't fucking lump us in. Don't lump, you know, we do butter, but don't fucking lump us in with fucking, you know, with soda, with Coca-Cola. We're better than that. Are you? Are you really? Are you really? It's not about fact anymore. This is all up for debate. So, you know what we're going to do? We're going to have our own food pyramid. Okay? It's and it's going to be the Desy food pyramid. And we're going to go to, it's going to be, okay, no, wait, time out. Let's flesh out the edible ping pong rackets first. It's very simple. You put a fruit roll of ping pong. And you might say, Desy, that's a dumb fucking idea. You might say it's a really stupid fucking idea. Like, what is not a stupid idea? This is, it's who's doing it? Who's doing edible ping pong rackets? Is anybody fucking, edible ping pong ball too? Make the fucking ball edible. And then you know what? You eat it and you're like, holy shit, I need another one. It's great for the kids. It's good fun for the whole family. Is it? Who gives a shit? It doesn't matter. You put that on the box and you put it on a fucking ad at 3 a.m. for somebody who's high out of their fucking mind. And they're going to see it and they're going to say, oh shit, that actually looks delicious. And you sell it at fucking 7-Eleven so that you can always go and get one. You know, because like I said before, you know, like we're trying to do the whole small business, you know, but you know what the truth is? The truth is we got to go bigger than that. We're running out of time. If I had more time on this planet, if it was just 10 years ago, I would take the time. I'd go into like the local bodegas and shit, and I'd say, "Hey, you should be stocking edible ping pong rackets." And they would tell me to go fuck myself. They would tell me to go fuck myself. They would say, yeah, okay, nice one." Like they'd be like, "Can we just give you $1 and fuck off?" Like you coming around like trying to like change out like that. That's a horrible fucking idea. And I would have looked at them and say, "Yeah, you're probably right. It's also totally fucking besides the point. Totally fucking besides the point. You need to find the niche." The niche is the greatest concept. I'm gonna write a fucking business book, and it's gonna be because everyone writes a business book, and then you're like, oh, they're like, believe me, I'm a businessman, and it's like, oh yeah, what's your business? Writing business books. Okay, that's a bit of a fucking a Land O'Lakes box. Speaking of fucking butter, it's a bit of a Land O'Lake box. Endless, like if you put that shit into like a spreadsheet, it would say no comprende. It would say I can't do it. I can't do this because it's like it's going in a fucking loop. It's in a hyperloop. That's the kind of shit we're talking about. So that's that. So why don't we do that? The Desy Book of Business. Find the niche. That's the only fucking chapter. You know what it is? We'll fake people out. Okay. We'll tap into the whole desperate market because everybody's desperate today. Now, especially with COVID and everything. Because even if you have a job, your job sucks. It's meaningless. It doesn't mean anything. Like we said, we talk about Nabisco. Was that on this thing? But that's literally the kind of fucking memory I have. We talk about Nabisco having a nice job, but it's not a nice job. Like I said, the most you can ever do is and it's like, hey, at least I do that so I can spend time with, you know, my friends and my, you know, and my, but then the truth is, oh, your friends are fucking boring too. Your friends are fucking boring too. And your friends are like, it's like, you know, that's part of keeping the whole fucking thing going in a cycle too, is because you're like, yeah, you know, maybe I want to, you go like, maybe I want to do rants for a living. You know, maybe I want to actually just do something that isn't, you know, cleaning out a fucking popcorn machine in the Alpine. Maybe I want to do something more than that. Maybe I'm sick of the way the fucking mop smells. I you know, and I perfected this, and that's a problem because now they say, oh, you're actually good at that. Well, if you could mop the floor, and like maybe I'm sick of going in to like a deli and saying like, yeah, I heard you got work going, and it's like, oh, do you have any experience? Oh yeah, because this is like I'm dealing with a fucking high tech, you know, like I need what do I need? Like, we want a fucking license? A certificate that I won't get my fucking hand chopped off. Hey, listen, You can work in a deli for 12 years, still slice your fucking hand off. And if you can't, then anybody can operate this shit, right? Why do I got so? Why is the only jobs I can get the exact job I had before? How does that make any fucking sense? How does that make any fucking sense? So I can only have things the exact thing that I did because God forbid nobody can fucking figure shit out for themselves. Like, oh yeah, the on button is how the fucking deli shit works. And let me go take, like I said, let me go take a fucking exam. We'll have the Desy Deli exam. The Desy Deli exam. We'll have a bunch of different exams. We'll create exams that prove proficiency in things that not everybody does. We'll look for areas where because now you just need to have experience with fucking everything. It doesn't fucking matter what it is. You just need to have fucking experience. For absolutely fucking everything. Maybe not now. Maybe because they're so desperate with some of these jobs to actually fucking fill them that they're just like, yeah, they're bringing anybody off the fucking street. Have you heard of fucking sandals before? Yeah, so come in and just fucking sell them. Who are you? I don't give a shit. We need somebody. Until the fucking machines show up and fucking, have you looking like Jesus in 3 minutes. I'm talking about from the foot down. And I'm not talking about like crucifixion Jesus. I'm talking about like just standard Matthew McConaughey level, the Jesus that we've come to know and love. With the long curly blonde hair. Because that totally fucking happened. So what we'll do is we'll find the certificates that are very that fall between the cracks. There's no deli certificate, but there should be a deli certificate. Why? Because I can make money on it. I can make money on it. I'll give you the fucking best deli experience. I'll find the guys who work in a deli, and it'll be like one of those like Masterclass videos. Except like it won't fucking waste 9 hours of your life. It'll literally be 15 minutes. But we're still gonna charge you for it. We won't charge you for the video. The video will be free. And then like there's some certification. Cause why not? Because people are fucking doing this anyway. It's the whole name of the game is find yourself a racket. And then just do it and exploit it. And then sit back and watch money come in. That's the American way. The American fucking way. So when everybody's fucking suffering, you say, hey, listen, at least your suffering is allowing me to sit on a fucking beach chair in Miami. While buildings collapse behind me. Rest in peace to everybody involved. I'm not a heartless asshole like that. I just said Miami. The first place my mind went. Don't fucking kill me. I don't give a shit. Anyways. Niche certificates. We need to have like a list of things that, that, like I said, fall through the crack. Like, see, I'm sure there's barista. Is there barista certificates? Let's look it up. Why am I asking myself when I can ask the internet? Who is this? Why are you showing me stuff? Why am I on maps now? What is fucking happening? Barista certificates. Barista certification. See? It exists. It's like bartending school. Coffee, get barista certificate. We missed the boat on this. So what is like the next thing? All the dog shit, all the cat shit is going to be swept. This is why we need to find deli certification. Is there a deli certification? Charcuterie. See? Do you see what that is? Do you see what's happening now? International Dairy Deli Bakery Association. Right? The International bullshit organization. Totally fucking bullshit organization. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go down to all the fucking delis in the neighborhood. I'm going to see, do any of these people fucking know who these people are? Professional resources. What do you fucking see? What are you talking about? Categories: cheese, bakery, deli. Oh, so they went down the whole thing, but they don't have. Do they have a certification? Deli. Job guides. I don't want a job guide. I want a certification. Because then you can go to these guys who are telling you, we don't just, for this job we don't bring. And like I said, maybe this is moot now. Maybe we missed the boat. The reason I was saying before is because it says charcuterie. So the higher, and that's some upscale shit. I don't even know what it is. I just know they serve. I don't know what it is. I know they serve it on a fucking wooden board, and it's expensive as fuck. And has a French ass name. So the fact that it's like what I'm sure like what like rappers do, and like obviously fucking businessmen and shit, people on Wall Street. I'm sure like that's part of the whole shebang. And of course, when you have that kind of thing, when, you know, snail's asshole is seen as a luxury fucking item, it's like, okay, now there's going to be a snail's asshole certification. And there's going to be a snail's asshole conference. And there's going to be a snail's asshole convention. And everyone's going to show up there, and you're going to have your little fucking booth. And it's like, here's what we're contributing to the world of the snail's asshole. This is our 2 cents into the trillion, potentially, and it's like potentially, like add fucking 3 zeros, a potentially $1 billion industry. I'll be damned if fucking snail's asshole becomes like the thing. But maybe that's what we gotta get on too. We need to monitor trends. That's another bullshit fucking word. But like, you know, like this is like we're trying to get more boardroom. Trying to get more corporate, more boardroom, because this whole thing of like we're trying to bring what we know, which is very little. But let me say that differently. We're trying to bring what we have, which is a sense of being able to say, oh, yeah, that's a load of horse shit. Oh, yeah, that sounds a bit fucking out there. You know, like fucking, that's what we bring to the table. And the total lack of like, oh, you don't like it? Well, what the fuck am I doing here? I'm sorry, you wanted somebody to tell you only what it is you like. Well, you know, they got fucking robots for that now. But the truth is, most people are like robots. With no fucking personality, no fucking anything. And they'll fucking feedback exactly what they want to hear. So long as you're paying them fucking $20 an hour. Which they'll bitch about. And they'll bitch about the job. But then also, when they go out for fucking drinks after work, that's all they'll fucking talk about. Because they needed a purpose in life. They needed something to talk about. And they needed some excuse to be able to say like, oh, I'm a member of society. Would you fuck me? Would you be somebody who pretends to love me so that we can appear to be a fucking happy commodity walking down the streets? Maybe just be my excuse, so that nobody fucking bats an eye and says, what kind of life are they living? Oh, did they get vaccinated? I heard they went down to Palm Springs. Who the fuck cares? Holy fucking shit. A lot of people do. A lot of fucking people do. Am I in the minority? Very possibly. Very possibly. But that's why this needs to be exploited. Consultants. This is the strength of the consultant. Okay? Again, a hot fucking word. And it looks stupid until it's in vogue. Until you're going to have people from fucking, from the extended Golden Toilet family, our favorite fucking family, from the extended Golden Toilet family, are gonna be fucking wearing bathrobes and going, hey, well, this is it now. This is people. This is what happened with Silicon Valley and shit. It always all suits and ties and shit. And they're like, yeah, I'm gonna show up in a sweatshirt. But like, and then so like everybody showed up in a fucking sweatshirt, and then soon enough you had like the guys named like Wellington and shit who would go back like since the fucking Mayflower, who owned the fucking Mayflower and shit. And now you're gonna act like, oh, but it's casual. And people bought it. People fucking bought it. But so we're gonna change the consultancy game. Okay, we're gonna fucking turn consultancy. If you thought you saw consultants before, if you thought you knew the world of being a consultant before, I would fucking, I would think again. And that's just one aspect of what we do. Like I said, that's the one idea. But we can always frame things in the consultant area. Consultant, but like obviously consulting is one. And now the certifications. Deli certification. Food stocking certification. Packing food into a fucking bag. Although, even though they don't do that anymore. Like, now you gotta bag your own fucking groceries. So it's like, so I'm like, I first of all, you got to have the machines, which in fairness, I usually go to. Not because I can get an extra stick of gum out of it sometimes, but because like there's no bullshit. It's also because I'm an asshole. Like I should be able to like engage with people. I should be more of a people person. I'm really not. I'm really fucking not. And I act like Desy's for the people. And then so you get to a cash register and it's like, hey, and they're like, yeah, well, Mr. Man. I'm like, I don't care. I would never fucking say that. I always go like, yeah, And the truth is, they're just being nice, and I'm just being a fucking rotten piece of shit, or I'm pretending that I'm not a rotten piece of shit, which is even fucking worse. Because then it's just like outer world Desy, combining and colliding with fucking inner world Desy. The fucking You done? The and there should be no distinct. It should be the same thing. Everything on the inside should be on the outside. Okay, that should be just be the way to do things. So that's kind of why, like, I just don't want to be a dick to people. I don't want to say to the cashier person, I'm sorry, I that's a great story about your mom. Unfortunately, I'm at fucking capacity with just thoughts and shit in general. I don't really have any fucking space left. And we have about, another 3 minutes together because I bought a lot of like eggs and shit and fucking milk. So, like I would much rather like look in that direction and start thinking about start resolving some of we got a lot of issues to resolve up here, right? There's a lot of things like how are we gonna put fucking fruit roll-ups on a ping pong paddle? The deeper questions that humanity needs to have answered. To take preference. I'm sure I'm sure that scholarship you just got is great. It probably won't advance your life, at least not as much as a Desy Deli. See, that's a great alliteration too. As a Desy Deli certificate. Do you want to work in a fucking? Have you ever walked into a deli, looked at the thing going round and round, slicing the meat, and saying, "That's incredible. What an achievement." Are you somebody who says the greatest thing since sliced bread, and you actually mean it? But is your issue that you've only worked in other similar menial bullshit jobs, doing things that literally a fucking orangutan could do, and the person behind the counter doesn't trust your ability to fucking carve meats at a very basic elementary level? Because God forbid your customer complains about how thick the cut is, because they will. They fucking will. So it doesn't even matter if you're an expert, because people don't know what they want. They'll say, and then the thing will taste like shit because it's a low quality. They pay for the low quality store shit, which is whatever. It's not the top of the line. It's not even the middle of the line. And then they're like, oh, they want thicker cuts. And then they get like, oh, the cuts were too thin. It's not the cuts. And even if it was better, even here's the thing, you could ask for the store shit. The person could give you the top of the line shit, and you would still complain about something. Because there's so many people who just like, they literally take this whole opportunity of just walking through the planet to be like, how can I absolutely maximize every single kind of thing? Down to like the smallest, like oh, there was $2.97. I gave them $3 bills, and I waited for the change. I didn't get my change, and it's not a thing. But like that's 3 cents. It's like that kind of shit. And I'm not talking about being like cheap or anything. I'm talking about being self-centered and nothing's. Yeah, it's like get used to it. Nothing's ever gonna be good enough. So with that in mind, it doesn't matter if I'm a deli expert, because people are gonna complain or they're not gonna complain, regardless. If I'm gonna chop my fucking hand off, I'm gonna chop my hand off. Just give me a contract. But no, we'll take that out of the way. You want deli people? You want a certification? We'll certify you. We'll make you know all the parts of that machine, the Latin names of every little hinge and crevice in that thing. Something. What's bovine? This is the bovine sorceratus. The bovine sorceress. This is used for roast beef and goes zzz. It has a very high pitched squeal. Whereas if you go with the lower cut, like the grrr, that's the bovine. What did I say? What was the bovine? Jesus fucking Christ! Who gives a shit? The bovine platonomus. Bovine platonomus. And then there's gonna be what's ham shit? Pig? What was the name of swine. The Swinus exodus. The Swinus exodus is the thing that holds the piece of ham. Do they clean those machines every time? Wouldn't you have to? I know. What do you clean it with? You clean it with this. See, now we're interrogating into the world of the deli. So what if we answered all those questions for you? And I'm sure you find a YouTube video. Again, do they have a certification? And if they did, what is the certification worth? Does it have the respect that the name, the Desy Deli, is it a Desy Deli certification? Or is it some bullshit Harry J. Smith, professional certification in the deli arts? It's not going to be deli arts. No, we're going to be deli arts. The Desy Deli Arts Certificate. See, now we're rapping. Now we got flows for days. Okay, you got a good idea, you make it stick in people's head. That's all it is. And guess what? The first 15 people to sign up for a Desy Deli Arts certification, the Desy Deli Arts certification, will get a free set of edible ping pong paddles, colored red for raspberry and green for lime. And I would say blue for blueberry, but we got to be a bit more creative. We could do there aren't too many blue foods though, are there? Not too many blue foods. It's not really a thing. So maybe we don't really have a choice. Raspberry, lime, and blueberry. It's gonna have to be that. But then even blueberries, they're not really blue. Oh, they're blue on the outside. You mash that shit up, it starts looking like cranberry. Like not cranberry. It's not. It's like, but it's you know what I mean. Well, you know, in the Willy Wonka movie, you're turning violet, but she was becoming a blueberry. That's two separate colors on the rainbow. Okay, that's two. You're going from one is orange yellow, is yellow green. Well, that's the whole thing with tennis balls too. Tennis balls yellow, are they green? Where's the business idea in this? Green or yellow? How can we turn that into a business? I'm not there yet. We're gonna have to let that one. By the way, did I break this idea to you? We have a guy. Okay, we have a guy. I don't know if I think this might be news. I think this might be the first time talking about it. What I mean by what do I mean by we have a guy? Well, I'll tell you what I mean by we have a guy. Remember how I said, like, you know, we're running for mayor, but really, like, if we wanted to just cut to the chase and get to like the good shit like really quickly, like we should be an oligarch, right? We should be going for Bezos' job, which is why, first of all, what do they all do? They all do celebrity boxing matches and shit, right? That's like no, like boxers don't even box anymore, right? And if they do, it's on the undercard of fucking, you know, the Charlie Bit My Finger kid is fighting the guy who did the Gangnam Style. And then they're gonna do the charity is gonna be something COVID related, or it's gonna be something related to like Black Lives Matter, but it's like it's gonna be one of these that doesn't actually, the money doesn't actually go anywhere. Because, like, I mean, you had everybody on the fucking planet giving a couple dollars last year. Where'd it go? What did it do? but in the name of it, it'll be like, that's another thing. Getting a job with one of these charities. That's a great gig, and it's I think a lot of people have that gig now, so they can be like, oh yeah, no, but I'm doing a good thing. I'm being paid. I'm it's for a good cause. Is it? Is it? Let's be realistic. You're being paid what, $60,000-$70,000 a year? Are you really fucking worth? So that means that out of all the donations, if I get like you have to be raising a fuck ton of money. You know what I mean? Like how much of the shit actually goes? If I'm giving $5, I want my $5 to go to the thing. Okay, if there's starving kids in thing, I want the thing to go right there. And I get, because look, you got like travel costs, good costs, all these kind of things. What I don't want to be doing is like, oh, you gave $10. Of that $10, $3 went to our amazing staff, so they can go out and fucking talk about charcuterie, go get some fucking charcuterie, so that they can fucking upload it on Instagram, so that they can signal to everybody that they're living a fucking not only a normal life, but a sophisticated overpaying for a dried piece of whatever the fuck. Something that really costs like $3, they're gonna pay $35 for it. Oh, because it's flavored in fucking sesame oil. Oh shit! Wow, I guess you're right. I guess that makes me a dumbass. I guess it makes you a genius. So like that, I don't want to pay for charity people. I want to pay for if I want like your overhead should be fucking low, like as low as possible. But it's not possible. So that's maybe just not no. So maybe that's part of our thing too. Desy, the Desy cut the bullshit charity. But then the truth is like, but I'm trying to be like wealthy and shit. So or you say, you know what? You say Desy's Honest Charity. Desy's Honest Charity. We look up the biggest charities in the world. What are they even? I have no idea. St. Jude's. Well, St. Jude's is probably because there's no that's like hospital shit. So but then even then, see, maybe that's my fault. Is that I'm taking my eye off the prize and I say, hey, look, that St. Jude's probably has the. Maybe they don't. Maybe their whole thing. Oh yeah, but why are they on the payroll? Oh, because and listen, now it sounds like I'm taking jobs from people, which maybe I am. Though I think the whole thing is right. The whole idea is that this shit doesn't match anymore. None of this shit matches anymore. First of all, if I work my ass off and I clean a toilet, that's harder work than somebody who fucking rearranges papers. But the market doesn't say so. The market says the guy who rearranges papers is worth fucking what 35,000 times this person, or 35 times. I don't have the math. Don't actually your math is off. I don't give a shit. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot more than one time. It's a lot more than two times. None of it doesn't make any sense. Some guy paints a picture of his grandmother, eating her own boogers. In Austria in fucking 1912, and calls it Columbus dancing with Beelzebub. And it fucking some clown who doesn't know what they're doing, whose great grandfather was an oil fucking magnate, is throwing money at this thing to hang it in his fucking living room. $75 million later. We should be teaching everybody to be painting pictures of their grandmothers eating their own boogers. Why are you wasting time for anything else? That's what schools should be for. The quickest route in the post-COVID world especially, and in the crypto shit world, whatever, like all this shit is there's no time for traditional shit. Maybe that's part of why people aren't showing back up at these jobs. Because it's like, hey, why am I going? What? I'm going because what? Because I can't sustain myself anyway. It's clearly bullshit. because even the manager, like what do any managers fucking do? Managers is just there to make sure that that people don't get sued and that everything is like that. There's a whole thing of like they always find the one guy. They find the one guy. They find the one guy who's a bit too fucking eager. A bit too thing, and they give him a promotion, and it's like you told him that he was like. It goes back to what we were saying before. It's like you told him that he was selected to be the next fucking I'm really out of. I'm not really out of. I was gonna say the next guy to go to space, but that would it's kind of like the continuation of what we were saying last week, which was with the whole Buzz Aldrin thing. It's like if you were to tell him like we're gonna give you a fucking genie in a bottle of wish. We're gonna grant it whatever you want. And so if you want to be somebody who has 8 arms, and plays 4 guitars. And then somehow, because that's a reasonable first wish. Isn't that what everybody would want in their first wish? To have 8 arms, like fucking Dr. Octopus, and to be able to go, wow, 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 wow. That's the mistake that they made in the Spider-Man movie. Is that they didn't, he was supposed to be like a professor or some shit, right? They always talk about poetry. Like, they never made a thing of, like, oh, now I have, like, 8 hands. So I can, like, but the poetry. Desy, what are you on? What is the matter? Something has been zapped, whatever. Sapped from Desy. Like, this is why we got to get back to the world of ideas. What were we looking up? I made this whole fucking point to go look it up. What was the last thing we looked up? Charcuterie. There's no way to go back to. Like, I can't tell what it was I was about to look up. I'm sure it was something brilliant. But anyways. Yeah. Oh, blueberry. Well, okay. Whatever. Tennis ball. Blueberry tennis ball. Blueberry tennis balls. Blueberry tennis balls. Why not? Is that a thing? Let's look it up. Blueberry tennis balls. Blueberry tennis balls. How is that a thing? I literally just threw 2 nouns together. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Blueberry tennis balls is a thing. Oh, because they made it. You have anything on a tennis ball. That's actually fucking. It's a stupid. Again, it's a stupid idea. But stupid ideas is what sells. Or maybe not. Maybe it goes back to what we were saying, right? You have to have 100 stupid ideas, or 1,000 stupid ideas. 100 Desy's 100 stupid ideas. Maybe that's our. Instead of ranting. Well, no, but we're gonna rant anyway. It's all gonna be a giant rant. Because what I was gonna say. The plan was not to fucking spoil anything, but it was gonna be 100 rants with Desy. Or Desy shits on 100 things. Right? But maybe it becomes Desy business opportunities. Or maybe those things go hand in hand. Maybe we need to come up with a format. Because we got the design shit. Now, I don't have arms, but other than that, we got the design shit down. What we're missing now is the connection, and it was working for a while. Maybe we just got to get back into that. Rant about the world. Here's why the world's fucked up. Here's why this is stupid. Here's why that's stupid. Here's my 2 cents. Here's why you should give a shit. Here's why you probably shouldn't give a shit. That's the issue. Most people would just leave it there. But Desy actually cares. At least from the sense of self-betterment. So how can I use this weakness turn into a possible solution? How do you find the problem, then the solution, possibly, and then fucking exit the gerbil wheel. Exit the gerbil wheel of having no prospects. So you need to get to 100 Because that means that you have if you have a 1% success rate, you have a fucking success. If you're all 100 are gonna fail, guess what? You do it again. You do it again. We're trying to get to 100 ideas. So what do we already have? What's in the can? Desy political consultants, and even in that, there's a bit of a fork. Okay, so there's like that'll be one. We're not gonna go 1, 2, 3. We're gonna go 1 and then like 1A. 1A is Desy political consultants Obama. Desy political consultants royal family. Remember this? Desy political consultants Yang. Even though that shit's done now. We can keep, I mean, that's a list that can keep going. That's, see, now we're getting to 1,000 opportunities because the one is really 100. Who else needs a political consultant? Anybody, honestly, everybody could use a political consultant. I mean, if I go to like Azerbaijan, maybe not. Maybe in Papua New Guinea, the demand for Desy is very low. But I think in most Western kind of things, you could use somebody like Desy. You really could. You really could. So I mean, like, but that's gonna be one thing. So we have the Desy consultants, Desy's whale insurance. Don't forget that. We have Desy's. What else do we have? Like I'm not gonna. We'll get the list together. Now we have more. Okay, so edible ping pong paddles and ball. Edible ping pong kit. Is that a thing? Is that a thing? We need to figure out who the competition is. Okay. For our edible ping pong paddles. No fucking way. No fucking way. It's the same people too. It's the same website. What is this? That's not edible. You know what it looks like too? It looks like a popsicle. Oh, so you know what you do? Yeah, and you sell like at ice cream trucks? Game over. You sell well, the only thing is so you use it, but then if it's ice cream then it melts. Whereas if it's candy, you can use it and then eat it. But you don't want to use it like, you don't want to hit with it, and then the ball, even if it's a clean ball, you have it on a table, it gets dirty, there's germs. I don't give a shit. Like, I think it's fine, but you know, my son can't. My daughter and my son. So, it's not. It's a design. So I think we're in the clear here. But edible tape ping pong. Oh shit. Uh-oh. We might be at a loss. Oh, that looks pretty edible. That looks pretty good. That looks really good. But now, is it effective? Can we run this person out of business? And if not out of business, can we run them out of town? Because that's the thing too, right? It's like this isn't a game of like come up with an email address in fucking 2021. You know, like there's no combination of things that hasn't been put together. And now, in order to have an email address, you have to have something that nobody can humanly remember. It's not like that. I think like most things like that. Because now even if you didn't come up with it, like you'll have bots. So maybe bots is a thing too. Maybe you'll have a random generator. Let's have a noun generator. Okay? Let's do that shit. Noun generator. Okay? And we're going to go in. Generate random nouns. Message. How do we... But that's a... Okay, we'll do it again because that's a very... Like messenger. Close. Again, too random. I want get specific. These are all things... Delivery. These are all things that are basic. Oh my God. Come on. Give me specific. What about proper noun generator? Does that make a difference? No. Random noun generator. Generate. Okay, we'll do this. We'll do 4, and then we'll tie everything together. We'll tie all these things together. Nationality, it's a great start. Desy's uniquely qualified. as somebody who is an expert in nationality. I can pick out people. You know what it is? Like I can nail down your general area of the world, obviously, but then combinations and shit too. But names, I'm good with name. And this is a strong suit for Desy, is the nationality. You'd be surprised. I'd be like, oh yeah, well I'll trip you up. Here's somebody from Russia. Here's somebody from Ukraine. Give me fucking. First of all, you're talking about my neck of the woods, okay? Give me 2 seconds, and by 2 seconds I mean 5 minutes. Give me a name. You give me this. You give me that, and I'll start to. And look, I might take a guess. And I might be wrong. I don't have 100%, 1,000% batting average with this thing, but I'm pretty good. I'm pretty fucking good. Okay, so nationality, quality, studio, tonality. Okay, so studio and tonality, we're talking like sounds and music. Nationality, quality. There is a fucking beast of an idea that needs to be unleashed. Someone needs to connect the dots. See, they're going to have bots, right, that are going to be able to come up with all these business ideas. And again, because there's no such thing as a stupid idea anymore, just something that gets into somebody's head, you know, they're going to throw them out. But somebody needs to connect the dots here. There's still a demand for a human element to be able to say, random, hocus pocus. Nationality, quality, studio, tonality. So I'm thinking like a fucking studio, obviously, where a quality studio, where we change. Ooh, this is interesting now. Say you're somebody who wants to, whether for an acting role or just because you choose in life to you say you were born from fucking, I don't know. Give me a country. Give me a fuck. Say you were German, right? But you read so many books about oh, this actually fucking happened. Let's actually take off the head. Here's what we're gonna do. Keith Olbermann, our favorite fucking guy from MSNBC, right? Didn't he have a whole thing just before? And I'm gonna reference Wikipedia, so it's not really. Is it really like thing? Is it really fact checking? Probably not. But let's do this, right? Keith Olbermann. Here's the. Let's do this. Where did he say about the Russians? Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. He's a German. The one for he claimed to have the stain of Russian heritage in my family. This fucking genius. This genius bought so much because all those people on that channel bought so much into this whole thing. Russia. So here's what we're gonna do for fucking the Keith Olbermanns of the world. And I'm sorry to shit on you because guess what? You're gonna be my first fucking client. So let's go back to this other shit. Where are we at? We're not 50 minutes. Are we seriously 50 minutes in? I was trying to keep these short. But let's go back to this for a second. We have a studio. Okay, it's a quality studio. We invest into the infrastructure and the technology. Now, say you hate your nationality. Say you're Keith Olbermann, and you're just apologizing for having fucking great grandparents from a certain part of the world. The stain of Russian heritage, referring to them as scum or pigs, because that's totally fucking that's totally healthy. That's totally reflective of your progressive ideals. That entire region of the fucking planet. I got grievances with the Ruskies too, with the Polish. I would never ever say, oh yeah, so that entire country, some shit's in their blood, they're all like subhuman. I don't know if you know this, but that's how certain like genocides start. Not to say that you would ever have the fucking balls or the know-how to be able to pull off a genocide. Did I say Genesis? Genocide. I said Genesis, didn't I? You could start another Genesis too. They did start another. Remember they did start another Genesis. When Phil Collins is like, "Oh, fuck this shit. I'm like my own thing now." I was that's a wild the drummer. And then he just says, oh, I guess I gotta fucking sing now. And then fucking kills it for a decade. Everyone shits on him. But if you listen to the guy, he's like, hey, I just knew I was getting opportunities that I was never going to get again. So I said yes. It's like the movie Yes Man. Phil Collins is Yes. Oh, we'll do a remake of Yes Man, but with Phil Collins. Stupid idea? Probably. Will it make it past pre-production? Probably not. Probably not. It's called Getting a Foot in the Door. Write that one down. Yes Man starring Phil Collins. Because he saw an opportunity and he said, yes, I'll do it. What is it? Who gives a shit? It's for a bar of soap. Oh, who else is involved? It's fucking Barbra Streisand and Skip Bayless. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. What is there to lose? My reputation? This is why. That's a smart fucking move. See, if you're somebody like Keith Olbermann, you can't even be Russian. Because you're concerned about your what's the word I just said? I just said it. I gotta start filming these in the morning because I am like wiped right now. I am wiped mentally, and I was out in the sun and I got toasted like a fucking lobster. And as always, what happens? Of course, what happens? Because I'm wearing a shirt. Look at this. Look at the line. Okay, that's you can cut. You can like. I mean, it's patriotic because it's red as fuck there and it's white. So it's honoring my fucking ancestry in one sense. That wasn't my intention. It was not my intention. So I had the sun scald me. So I have less brain cells than usual, which is already, we're already running out. We're running out very fast. God forbid I pick up like glue sniffing or like huffing or just like putting like aerosol, like the aerosol shit and you. I'd be done so. I'm clinging to life here. We got like, species, is endangered species. Brain cells in my brain. But anyways. Reputation was the word I was looking for. If you have a reputation like Keith Olbermann that you have to, that if your entire network is saying, oh, but it's the Russians' fault. Like, it has nothing to do with anything else. Like, God forbid, there's no fucking way that anything that happened was anybody's fault, and there was no way that it could have possibly been our fault. God forbid that. Because why? Because we have a conscience, and we report the news, and and we're liberals, and it's all great, and it's like none of this shit could be our fault. I'm excused. What's all this shit you talk about that's bad in the world? Yeah, no, I see that, so you rule me out. Oh, also, what is it? Russia stole it? Yeah, Russia stole shit. Also, yeah, so my family are assholes. And I want you to know that I think my family, not only that I think my family are assholes, but I think that that Russians in general are scum and pig. And let's actually just, before we think, scum beholden to the sea, I can't. So here's the thing. Because he has money, because people who have those kind of views are well employed. There's a high demand, especially at MSNBC and possibly the CNN network and all that kind of shit too. So what we do is but how we connect in the studio bit. Because so Keith Olbermann doesn't like the fact that he's Russian. So we need to somehow like take that out. Oh, well, we can say, here's what we do. Here's what we fucking do. I say, look, Desy knows languages and nationalities and stuff like in and out. Yeah, I'm an expert, but we'll also combine it with like robot technology, and we'll find the traces of like Russian shit like in your fucking voice, and we'll develop specifically for you a way that you can be less. Oh, this is great. You sell it. Oh, the ideas are back. The ideas are coming back. You sell. You have a studio that comes and records everybody who works at MSNBC. And you say, we'll record your voice. Now, we'll look for any hint of Russian in your tonality and words you've carried. We'll work for any word that derived. You won't be able to say fucking, what is it, perestroika? You won't be able to say perestroika anymore. Here's a list of words. Let's look up a list of words that derive from Russian. Here's what you won't be able to say anymore. We'll develop a formula that removes it from your speech. Russian words in English. What are some Russian or any Russian words in English? Okay, here we go. Words of Russian. Okay, babushka. Yeah, you can't say that. You can't say that. Balaclava. I thought that was Irish. Balaclava. Am I wrong? Balaclava. It's like baklava. I thought balaclava was Irish. Maybe I'm wrong. Doesn't say. Not to be see. They know. They know me too well. Not to be confused with baklava. Oh, another idea. Baklava balaclavas. I like edible shit because you can. It's repeat purchases. You have an edible balaclava. Why would you need one? Who gives a shit? It doesn't matter. A balaclava made of baklava. Has that been done before? This is the Desy scientific method. Has it been done before? It's not going to stop us if it has. But let's see if it's been done before. I mean, I'm sure somebody's put those two things together. I don't doubt that. Baklava balaclava. But no one's actually made a baklava balaclava. See, there's a photo. Oh, it's a photo of baklava as a balaclava. But that's too many. That's like one of those weird Halloween costumes. Like, what are you? It's like I'm baklava balaclava. Oh yeah, okay, all right, cool. Do you want a drink? Because you're gonna need it. Kremlin. Oh yeah, you can't say Kremlin. Gulag. You can't say that. I mean, these are all like things. Commissar. Borscht. Blintz. Beluga. Oh, you can't say beluga. Ooh, that's interesting. Vodka. So we'll do these kinds of things. We'll scout like this. The point is, we'll scout your language and your tone for thing, and then we'll remove it. We might not do shit. Like, we might actually fucking change a goddamn thing. But you just tell them, like, say things like, the tones. We adjusted the tones. Because Russian is very upper palate, and your upper palate is being reduced here. It's being moderated down to about a 6 decibel. And we want to get it to, like, a 3 decibel at the end of the day. But, this you start with this, and then you do, like, sessions, too, because they pay for sessions. And then you just charge fucking NBC Universal. It'll be like a vaccine. It'd be like a vaccine. It's like, you have proof that you were vaccinated against COVID? Yeah. Do you have proof that you were anti-Russianized? Well, I got Desy's certification. Desy's Russiagate sanitizer. We need something quicker, something more catchy. Desy's Russiagate vaccination. Desy's Russiagate audio vaccination. Yeah, you heard me. Desy's audio therapy. Audio vaccination therapy. Desy's Russiagate audio vaccination therapy. Ravit. Desy's... We'll come up with something snappier. But that's a good idea. And you sell it specifically to MSNBC or people... Or just sell it to anybody. The Russia scare is still back and it's still in foremost. And look, the great thing about that idea is if that works, because it's not going to be Russia for 1,000 years, it's going to be China. It's going to be, and to some people it is China. And then when that's taken care of, it's going to be, oh, look, it's India. We told you about that Moddy guy. He's not doing easy. We got hits, and now it's him. And then, their fucking economy, now it's through the roof. And then it's going to be, oh, but now the EU's a problem. And now it's this and that. So you just go, and the best thing about India, too, is there's so many, like, things within, I mean, in Russia, too. There's a bunch of, like, dialects and shit, because it's just so fucking massive. But India, it's like there's a lot of, like, dialects and languages, so you can kind of, like, we have to run some more tests, because, it's like, anything to do to wash that stain, the stain of the scums and the pigs from my, and then you turn around. They probably want homegrown shit, but it's also the age of globalization. I was going to say in Russia and China and shit, they probably want to pay for one of their own to develop like a counter thing, or maybe even steal our fucking IP. But if you say, listen, we got no dog in this fight, we're just trying to make a buck. We're trying to see opportunities, and we're trying to make $1 off of those opportunities. So we could say like, hey, look, we'll do a Russian version for the, anybody who like, oh, but you have American things. So we'll develop a fucking program for that. We'll develop a program for that shit too. We'll do it for we'll do one for John Cena. We'll call it we'll name it in honor of him, because he'll help sell a couple things. Or do it's like, or at least he'll be one of the testimonials. Be the John Cena Taiwan removal. John Cena Taiwan removal. It's like tattoo removal. Okay, so I like this idea of removal. It's like tattoo removal, but Taiwan removal. Russia removal. Desy's Russia removal service for Russiagators at MSNBC and across the fucking United States. For people who as of 10, 15 years ago would have looked at a picture of Joe McCarthy and fucking puked, but now it's it's infiltrated our fucking thing. It has it, and these people are well-to-do, because if they weren't well-to-do, they'd be worrying about all this other shit. Nobody is fucking struggling in America and going, yeah, things are really fucked up right now. But you know what really bothers me more than that is Russia. I'm sure that go down to the hood and ask them about Russia. Go down to the hood and ask them about terrorists. I don't think they give a fuck. I think they got their hands full. That's all I'm gonna say. So the idea is this is a demographic that has disposable income. We're entering a good target audience, a place where there's money and a place where there's fear. Desy's Russia removal. Do you work for MSNBC, or do you watch MSNBC? Is your office environment filled with people who still to this day are talking about how Russia has infiltrated our fucking election? Or do you have the stain of Russian lineage in your fucking past? Do you want to get rid of it? Do you want to be fully free and exorcised of the demon that is the Ruski? Come to Desy's Russia removal. Located in the heart of Brighton Beach, which is a horrible fucking location. Maybe it's the opposite of the location we should be having. Unless we're trying to do a Trojan horse kind of thing, where you turn these people. Maybe you lead them to the most Russian, the Russian mob spot, and then have them ask out loud, be sure to ask the front desk for the location, they'll give you a code, so you have to ask where the location is. Say I want my Russia removed. Where do I go? Although I don't know how patriotic the Russians are in Brighton Beach. I actually don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of Russian Jews who are more into the Jewish thing than the Russian thing, because they were kicked out of Russia because Russia didn't like Jews. So I don't know, but it's a weird mix. I think they go along. They have the Russian stores and food and thing, because it's and then also that's true. There's a lot of like I said, a lot of Belarus, Ukraine, all that kind of stuff. It's something we should find out. So obviously the office wouldn't be, unless we were trying to run some sort of scam or something, or do what's the word, not a flip and dip, but a bait and switch. If we're trying to bait and switch these guys and go, but we're trying to run a formal business, because the money is good here if it's a formal. So we'll have it we'll do actually, what we'll do? And this is a missed opportunity, because it would have been on fire more a couple of years ago, but we'll have COVID vaccination centers. We'll buy a bunch of because you can be out on the streets now, even in front of restaurants and buildings and shit. So what you do is you have these these setups, and they could be cheap. But you say Desy's Russian removal. Now, obviously, so now that I think about it, you want to totally avoid Russian people, because then they're going to be offended and all that kind of. Or maybe you have to be coded by it. Or maybe you have to maybe it's more. I don't know. The idea, we'll figure that out as we go. All these things, I'm getting out of this mindset of coming up with the entire fucking business before I pitch it. I want a napkin shit. You hear about this girl, the one who got Girls, that fucking stupid fucking TV show on thing? She didn't even have she had one. I'm getting on her thing, and I'm like, fuck this, fuck that. She's actually a genius. She had one page. She knew she was gonna. I don't know. She had some sort of appeal of what it is. I have no idea. But she's like, hey, we'll do this show. What's it? It's about girls. What do you want, a script? What do you want, the whole idea? And oh no, it sounds good. We'll take it. So I'm at that stage because if this doesn't work, if the bottom line's not working, I'm throwing this shit out or I'm selling it off to another sucker. Who I said, look, I got great interest from these guys. I got great interest from those guys. If you want, I'll do a step aside thing. You take whatever we know, whatever we've learned to this point, which is fucking nothing. And they can come see this video and see that I'm totally fucking yanking their chain and ripping them the fuck off. But you know what? It's me or them. This is how America plays, or this is how we're gonna play. This is how we're gonna play. My fellow citizen, congratulations, you just been fucked over. You just been fucked over. The Desy way, which is the American way. Because I'm trying to succeed in the American system. Desy's Russia removal. For Russia Gators at fucking MSNBC. We'll like just picture the your Russianness like a fucking like a hammer and sickle tattoo on your chest. We're gonna take that shit right off. Except we're gonna be more precise and we're gonna go into your language. So now the stuff you can't control. Oh, and we'll do like therapy sessions. We'll do therapy sessions, and we'll be like, describe your traditions growing up, and then it's like we did this, and you're like, oh, did you say blintz? Did you say you had a blintz? What were you doing when you had a blintz? Blintz is Russian, right? I'm not fucking losing my mind, am I? Words of Russian descent. Blintz. Yeah. I'm not going crazy. You know what it is? It's not the most Russian sounding kind of... Oh, beluga, right? You say, hey, you ever been to the fucking aquarium? Have you ever been to the aquarium who needed to buy a hefty insurance package to make sure that when the beluga whale fucking, ate a baby, that, the whole thing didn't collapse business-wise? And that, things were sorted out thanks to good old Desy's whale insurance? It's gonna be like, in Japan, like how like Mitsubishi, you think, oh, it's a car, but it's like fucking everything. They got like banks, Mitsubishi Bank, Mitsubishi. That's why you got Mitsubishi TVs, Mitsubishi this, Mitsubishi, salads. I don't fucking know, but it's a normal thing in Japan. See, I'm over here saying, oh, look at these guys, Amazon trying to do everything, but like apparently in certain parts of the world, and then they own a baseball team and shit too, and the baseball teams there are all just they're just called like the company name and shit. This is the place that Desy needs to kind of like start moving himself into. Okay? So Desy's Russia removal. I like that idea. For people like Keith Olbermann, if you want to get the last, and then this is the pilot program. But obviously the selling point is you get it right with the Russia shit. And when the next thing arises, like I said, and it doesn't even have to be the next thing. Anything that's an inconvenience. So Taiwan removal. Actually, I know we can even get more sophisticated. We'll get into like what's the word? Like electroshock therapy kind of shit, where we zap out all the things that you know about like Taiwan and shit, and then so you'll never ever say that it's a country because you just don't even we'll incubate that part of whatever. That's not even the right word, right? But we'll make sure that you never fucking cross any lines that would get you into hot water with the CCP. Or whoever it is. We'll run a whole range of products. And that's going to be number, 1, 2, or 3, whatever. We got to go down that. We'll make a list. Now, the removal services. It's a big one. And there's a lot of ways you can go with that. I don't give a fuck as long as I can sell that idea off. Even. That's the truth too. I'll sell it for under market rate because the truth is that it's most likely gonna go to shit, and everybody who's dumping money into these things knows it's going to shit. I'll sell all of these 100 things off for like fucking $10,000 each. That's 10,000 times 100. What is that? That's $1 million. That's $1 million fucking dollars. That's Desy's strategy to become a millionaire. So it's like ride with me to invest in this and ride with me into the sunset as one of the great fucking oligarchs of the fucking planet. And I didn't get to my pick. I'll get to it next time. I'll tell you who my pick is of the oligarchs existing. Because there's one dude, and apparently he's a lot richer than I thought. Because I was gonna say he's got the foundation down. He just needs the actual Not even the name recognition. The name recognition is way out there, and the face is out there. He's got all the tools. He's just not competing at the level that he could. Because if this guy, and I'm not going to spoil who it is, but if this guy decided that he got that hunger that that most of these other guys have, where they just want to be number one and so fuck everybody else. If he had that, maybe he does. Maybe I'm understanding, but we need to give this guy a lift because he would slaughter everybody, and he's my choice. But and I have a great fucking a promotional tool too. So I'll talk about that next time. For now, Desy's rush removal. That's the idea for this week. Every 1 week, that's gonna be the format. We need to get to at least one rock solid idea, at least one rock solid business idea. Because then from that, like okay, even before we forgot about the art shit, the NFT, the fucking and the actual piece. We'll do an actual art piece with the diaper and then the NFT. So now it's like, we can just be fucking blobbing our heads off. But then at the end of the day, there's something to work on. And by work on, I mean try to jam it down somebody's throat. And somebody who has, like I said, a bit of money to toss around. And a lot of clout. Because we're just trying to cut corners as quickly as possible. Because we have a limited time. I don't have the fucking time. I'd like to think that I got 50 years here. I probably don't have 50 years. I probably don't. It's just, I don't think we have 50 years. As a fucking society, as a species, I don't think we have 50 years. So, and if we're not making it 50 years, there's no fucking way. So, anyways, I'm gonna cut it now because I would try to get to under an hour because Desy can go on for fucking ever at everybody's expense, and I don't want to do that. So, we had a couple ideas this week. We had the edible. We have to sit. I'm gonna sit and sleep on these. I'm gonna see which of them works and which of them doesn't work. All right, everybody, go live a champion's life. I fucking butchered that ending too. I gotta start doing these in the morning. I swear to God, with a cup of coffee and a bit more happening upstairs. And also not sweating my balls off because I have to have the AC off while I do this. But anyway, I'm running on. Everybody get the fuck out of here, and I'll see you next time.